Hey everybody, this is Kevin. I'm going to show you something that was kind of brought to my attention earlier from a video watched by Barry Scarborough, and it had to do with this great reset that's being spoken of by World Economic Forum. You see at the top there. This is from their page. This is from their website. Okay, and back in June, they had a virtual forum of concerning the Great Reset. Okay. Now, let's read a little bit of what this is. Okay. This is something they're planning to have the actual Great Reset Twin Summit in January of 2021. Okay. So, right there it says that. It says will be the theme of the Unique Twin Summit in January 2021, convened by the World Economic Forum. The Great Reset is a commitment to jointly and urgently build the foundations of our economic and social system for a more fair, sustainable, and resilient future. It requires a new social contract centered on human dignity, social justice, and where societal progress does not fall behind economic development. The global health crisis has laid bare long-standing ruptures in our economies and societies and created a social crisis that urgently requires decent, meaningful jobs. The Twin Summit will be both in-person and virtual, connecting key global governmental and business leaders in Davos with a global multi-stakeholder network in 400 cities around the world for a forward-oriented dialogue driven by the younger generation. Okay, so these are some of the speakers that are going to be there. I probably can't pronounce a lot of their names very good. Obviously, they're from other countries. One of the speakers that was in the one on June that you're going to see some video of, one of the speakers at that one was actually Prince Charles, notably. Okay, so this was, it was 3rd of June, June 3rd. The Great Reset will be the theme of the Unique Twin Summit. Will be convened at the World Economic Forum in January 2021. The 51st World Economic Forum annual meeting will bring together global leaders from governments, business, and civil society, and stakeholders from around the world in a unique configuration that includes both in-person and virtual dialogues. We only have one planet, and we know that climate change could be the next global disaster with even more dramatic consequences for humankind. We have to decarbonize the economy in the short window still remaining and bring our thinking and behavior once more into harmony with nature, said Klaus Schwab, founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. I'm going to show you a little bit more about him in just a minute. In order to secure our future and to prosper, we need to evolve our economic model and put people and planet at the heart of global value creation. If there is one critical lesson to learn from this crisis, it is that we need to put nature at the heart of how we operate. We simply can't waste more time, said His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales. That's Prince Charles. That's what he had to say. This is from the Secretary General of the United Nations. The Great Reset is a welcome recognition that this human tragedy must be a wake-up call. We must build more equal, inclusive, and sustainable economies and societies that are more resilient in the face of pandemics, climate change, and the many other global changes we face. A great reset is necessary to build a new social contract that honors the dignity of every human being, added Schwab. The global health crisis has laid bare the unsustainability of our old system in terms of social cohesion, the lack of equal opportunities and inclusiveness. Nor can we turn our backs on the evils of racism and discrimination. We need to build into this new social contract our intergenerational responsibility to ensure that we live up to the expectations of young people. COVID-19 has accelerated our transition into the age of the fourth industrial revolution. We have to make sure that the new technologies in the digital, biological, and physical world remain human-centered and serve society as a whole, providing everyone with fair access. This global pandemic has also demonstrated again how interconnected we are. We have to restore a functioning system of smart global cooperation structured to address the challenges of the next 50 years. The Great Reset will require us to integrate all stakeholders of global society into a community of common interest, purpose, and action, said Schwab. You see what all this is about, folks? This is about the new world order that's coming. This is about a new world system under a one world government. You see what I'm saying? This is what this is about. All this stuff about the Great Reset. You see it coming, and yet people are still in denial. They're still in denial, even though you're seeing it right here from their website. Now, next, I'm going to show you. The front end, the introduction of this particular conference that happened on June 3rd. I'm going to show you their introduction. Okay, let's take a look at that right now. All right, I'm back. Now, this on this page here, this is also from the World Economic Forum. This is a biography of Klaus Schwab. This is about him. This is Klaus Schwab, okay? He's the founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. Professor Klaus Schwab was born in Ravensburg, Germany in 1938. He is founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum, the international organization for public-private cooperation. He founded the forum in 1971, the same year in which he published Modern, I don't even know how to pronounce that, but it says in English, Modern Enterprise Management in Mechanical Engineering. In that book, he argued that the management of a modern enterprise must serve not only shareholders, but also stakeholders to achieve long-term growth and prosperity. Schwab has championed the multi-stakeholder concept since the forum's inception, and it has become the world's foremost platform for public and private cooperation. Under his leadership, the forum has been a driver for reconciliation efforts in different parts of the world, acting as a catalyst of numerous collaborations and international initiatives. So then it goes on. But just to let you know, that's who he is. He's in charge of this World Economic Forum. Now, I want to remind you a little bit, too, of this. I know that I showed this in a different video, but back last October, they had a pandemic exercise in October 2019, a pandemic exercise that involved a coronavirus, believe it or not, just like we have going on right now with COVID-19. They had an exercise for that, and they had 15 people at a table. It was a tabletop exercise, and they went through this whole exercise of, how this was going to be a pandemic, how it was going to affect the world, and how, they were going to deal with it. And they went through and did this actually 5 months before we had a lockdown for COVID-19. And this group, this organization, World Economic Forum, was one of the three organizations that put that together. The other two organizations was the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and also the other one was the Johns Hopkins University. Okay, so those three together put together that pandemic forum that was called Event 201. You can look it up for yourself, Event 201, and read about it. And you can also find their YouTube channel that they actually they videotaped it. The whole thing is on videotape in different segments that you can watch, and you can see exactly what it's all about. Okay, but it's kind of interesting that they would do that. And then here comes along, a real pandemic, right? Not long after that, here comes a real pandemic, as if they were, prophesying something that was going to happen, right? And then it happened. So this guy, Klaus Schwab, I want you to see what he had to say. And this was something that Barry Scarborough spoke of. I want you to see right now, this is the last part of this video of this Great Reset forum that they did, okay? And I want you to hear what Klaus Schwab had to say in his closing comments. Let's take a listen.
Bring the decision makers physically to Davos, but it will be interconnected with a virtual twin summit driven by the young generation, our global shapers. They will integrate over 400 hubs into the dialogue of Davos and ensure that the Global Reset Initiative is really forward-looking and takes into account the voices of all who are left behind.
Wait a minute. What was that again? What did he say? Let's hear that again.
And takes into account the voices of all who are left behind.
Wait a minute. What? Did he really say that? Let's hear that one more time.
And takes into account the voices of all who are left behind.
Wow. Can you believe that, folks? Did you believe that he just said that? That he just said those that are left behind, the voices of those that are left behind? Left behind, is that meaning as in those that are left behind after the rapture of the church? Well, I don't know if that's what he meant or not, but clearly that's what he said. And it's very interesting that he said that. It's kind of weird. It's almost as if even those who aren't born again somehow know what's coming. And we know what's coming. Those of us who are born again know what's coming. We know the rapture of the church is coming, and then the 70th week of Daniel, or time of Jacob's trouble. We know that's coming. It's just a matter of when. And they're talking about doing this Great Reset conference in January of 2021. So with that, I'm going to say bye for now, but I thought I would bring that to your attention, let you see that. I think it's very interesting. Shows there again the time frame we're living in. Not setting any kind of dates of when that's going to happen. Just saying they're planning on in January 2021 of having this second Great Reset conference. Okay. And at the same time, we have all of these different things that are going on throughout the world, all this chaos, especially here in our country, in the United States of America. We're having a lot of chaos leading up to this presidential election that's going to be happening in November. So with that, I'm going to say bye for now. God bless you.